Hey guys, it's Alan here. In the shop today. This is Saturday, February 12th. Was going to try and film some stuff, but things just weren't going quite as smoothly as I would like, so I didn't film it. Sorry about that, but anyway, I just want to pass something on. There's a time when you tell yourself, hey, I need some help putting a transmission in, or I need some help doing this or that or whatever. But then you're like, man, I really hate to call my buddy, call friend, they're busy. So I'm just going to try and do this by myself. Well, if you think you're going to do a job that needs 4 hands or 4 sets of eyes, you probably do. And it'll save you a lot of aggravation if you have that extra set of hands and eyes. I knew better, and I knew I was going to need another set of hands and eyes, but I didn't want to call a friend of mine up and inconvenience him from his hot rod. So I put this transmission up by myself today. Big mistake. That's all I can say. I spent probably 3.5 hours, about 3 hours putting this thing up in there. And as you'll see in some GoPro footage I just took down there, it is a tight fit. So in my Ranger project with the 302, I wanted to keep the 5-speed transmission. I grew up on stick shifts, and let's just face it, when you want a driver, a stick shift is fun. It engages you into your car. It's a lot of fun. I mean, if I was going to drag race this, I would put a C4 in it, and it would have been so much easier. It's the flex plate for an automatic is a lot smaller than the flywheel for a manual transmission. So the bell housing for an automatic is consequently smaller. Much more room, much easier to get it up in there. What really makes this thing such a son of a gun to put in is there is a cross member right behind the motor, and its job, it ties the left and right rear radius arms in. It's riveted, so there's a bracket that's riveted to the frame, and then the radius arm goes in there and that goes on there. And then it's all stamped and it comes into the middle, and there's rivets on the front side and bolts on the back side. Why they did that, I don't know, but so you can't just drop the cross member out of your way because it's riveted over on the frame for the radius arms, unless you want to disassemble the front suspension, which I don't really care to do. So I put it in the hard way. I will say, in one of my earlier videos on this Ranger, I think it was my summary video, I stated that I did not use a lift kit or body lift on this because I don't like them. I don't like the gap it creates between the frame and the body, and you just kind of see it, and to me it just looks like crap. Plus, this is a 2-wheel drive, and I'm trying to get a bit of a sleeper look to this. So I don't know. I just didn't want to put a body lift on it. In hindsight, however, if I would have put a 1.5 inch, maybe 1 to 2 inch body lift on it, it would have made my life so much easier. But hey, if everything was easy, then we'd all be doing it, right? Anyway, so long story short, it is a son of a gun to get this transmission up in there. It's not as bad getting it out, because you don't have to line anything up, you don't have to line the splines up, get everything in the right position to get it up in there. when you're taking it out, you just take your bell housing bolts out, loosen up your slave cylinder connector, take it off, speedometer housing, take it off, and boom, just start sliding the thing out, drop it, slide it, drop it, drop, you know, a lot easier to take it out than put it in. Anyway, I did just shoot a little GoPro footage down there so you can kind of get an idea of how tight, just how tight that really is. But long story short, transmission's up in there. I just got to finish bolting the cross member in, and I got a couple more bolts to put in, and then the bell housing is fully secured. Hook the slave cylinder up and hook the speedometer gear up. I am going to change it before I stick it in, because right now the truck has 410 rear end in it, and I put a gear I found that's supposed to be for 410 swap, and my speedometer was still about 8 miles an hour fast. So I'm going to change that out, because I'm putting 355 gears in this, as I think I've mentioned in another video, just to make it more street friendly, and won't be as good on the drag strip, but you know, it's a driver, it's a shop truck, you know, something a little more fun. So that's kind of the goal of it. So I've got a speedometer gear over here that should work for the 355 rear end and have my speedometer a lot closer. If not, I have quite the assortment while I was trying to figure out one for the 410s. So fortunately, those are fairly easy to change. That's about the easiest thing to change on this that there is. So we'll finish the transmission up, get it tightened down, get all the bolts tightened down, get things hooked up. And then I believe I may go ahead and set the EFI on there, just because I want to see what it looks like sitting on there. And I'll definitely take some video of that if I do, or when I do, put it that way. I'm planning on doing a video of the actual installation where I wire it all in and all that. Then probably the next thing is going to be to get the rear end tore apart and start getting those gears changed out. I think that's probably going to be my next plan of attack at this point. That way I can get the drive shaft in and get everything buttoned up there. So we'll probably go that route, be my guess. Anyway, hope you guys have a good night, and we'll get some more video here shortly of as we progress on the getting this thing redone and back on the road. Ciao.